Life often feels like a wild current, pulling us in countless directions. We strive for control, seeking to shape the world around us to fit our desires. Yet, true power lies not in external manipulation, but in a profound understanding. The only true domain you possess is your own mind. This realization is the cornerstone of lasting serenity and genuine freedom. Lesson 1. You don't control external events. The sun rises and sets regardless of your wishes. Storms gather and break, indifferent to your plans. Markets fluctuate, economies shift, and global events unfold on a scale far beyond your individual influence. Trying to dictate these external occurrences is like trying to hold water in a sieve. It's an exercise in futility that leads only to frustration. Think of the weather, for instance. You can hope for sunshine, prepare for rain, but you cannot command the clouds to dissipate or the wind to cease. Similarly, traffic jams, unexpected delays, or even a sudden illness are all outside your direct command. Clinging to the idea that you can manage these things creates a constant state of tension and disappointment. When a situation arises that is clearly beyond your reach, acknowledge it, observe it, but do not expend your precious energy trying to bend it to your will. This detachment is not indifference, it is a wise recognition of reality. It frees you from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead of raging against the rain, you can choose to find joy in a cozy evening indoors. Instead of fuming about a delayed flight, you can use the time to read or reflect. The world will continue to spin in its own way, and accepting this fundamental truth is the first step towards a calmer existence. It is about letting go of the reins on a wild horse you were never meant to ride. Lesson 2. You don't control other people's actions. Just as you cannot control the weather, you also cannot control the thoughts, feelings, or actions of others. No matter how much you wish a friend would understand your perspective, or a colleague would act more responsibly, their choices are ultimately their own. You can offer advice, express your feelings, or set boundaries, but you cannot force someone to change. Consider a disagreement with a loved one. You might present your arguments clearly and logically, hoping they will see things your way. But if they remain steadfast in their own view, you cannot compel them to shift. Trying to manipulate or coerce others often leads to resentment, conflict, and a sense of powerlessness for you. People are autonomous beings, driven by their own experiences, beliefs, and motivations. Their behavior is a reflection of their inner world, not yours. When someone disappoints you, or acts in a way you find unacceptable, remember that their actions are not a personal attack on you, but rather an expression of their own journey. This understanding allows you to detach from the emotional turbulence often associated with interpersonal conflict. It allows you to respond with compassion, or simply to step back, rather than react with anger or frustration. Your peace is not dependent on others behaving in a way that suits you. It rests on your acceptance of their inherent freedom. Lesson 3. You can't control what life throws at you. Life is an unpredictable journey, filled with unexpected twists and turns. You might plan meticulously for your future, envisioning a smooth path only to encounter sudden detours, roadblocks, or even complete reroutes. A job loss, a health challenge, an unforeseen expense, or a significant personal setback can emerge without warning, disrupting your carefully constructed plans. These events are not within your sphere of influence. You cannot prevent a loved one from falling ill, or a natural disaster from striking, or a global crisis from unfolding. Dwelling on the unfairness of these circumstances, or wishing they hadn't happened, only amplifies your suffering. It's like standing in the path of a powerful current, trying to push it back. The current will simply flow around you, leaving you exhausted and defeated. Instead, the wisdom lies in recognizing that challenges are an inherent part of the human experience. They are inevitable. What truly matters is not the adversity itself, but your response to it. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. This acceptance does not mean resignation. It means acknowledging reality. It frees up your mental energy to focus on solutions, adaptation, and growth. rather than futile resistance. When life presents an unexpected trial, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What now?" This shift in perspective is incredibly empowering. Lesson 4. Your mind is your only true domain. While the external world and the actions of others remain beyond your direct command, there is one realm where you possess absolute sovereignty: your own mind. This inner landscape is your ultimate sanctuary, your personal kingdom. No one can enter it without your permission. No external event can dictate your thoughts, your feelings, or your interpretations unless you allow it. This is where your true power lies. Imagine your mind as a garden. You are the gardener. You choose what seeds to plant, what thoughts to cultivate, and what weeds to pull. If you allow negative thoughts to take root and flourish, your garden will become overgrown and unpleasant. But if you diligently tend to it, planting seeds of positivity, compassion, and wisdom, your garden will blossom into a place of beauty and tranquility. This understanding is profoundly liberating. It means that even in the midst of chaos, you can choose to cultivate inner peace. Even when faced with adversity, you can choose to respond with resilience. Your mind is the lens through which you perceive the world, and you hold the power to adjust that lens. It is a space where you can create, imagine, learn, and grow, completely independent of external circumstances. This is your true freedom, your unassailable refuge. Lesson 5. You control your thoughts and reactions. Building on the understanding that your mind is your domain, the next crucial step is recognizing that you have direct control over your thoughts and, consequently, your reactions. A challenging situation arises. Perhaps someone speaks unkindly to you. Your initial reaction might be anger or hurt. But this initial impulse is not the end of the story. You have a choice. This pause, this moment of awareness, is where your power resides. It's about recognizing that a thought is just a thought. It is not necessarily a fact, nor does it have to dictate your emotions or actions. You can observe the thought, acknowledge its presence, and then consciously decide whether to engage with it or let it pass. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose to respond thoughtfully. This might involve taking a deep breath, stepping back, or reframing the situation in a more positive light. For example, if someone criticizes your work, you might initially feel defensive, but you can choose to consider if there's any truth in their feedback, or simply acknowledge that it's their opinion. This is not about suppressing emotions, but about guiding them. It's about training your mind to be a servant, not a master. This continuous practice of conscious choice is the path to emotional intelligence and genuine serenity. Lesson 6. Choose your perspective on situations. The events themselves are often neutral. It is our interpretation that colors them as good or bad, fortunate or unfortunate. Two people can experience the exact same event and have vastly different reactions, simply because they choose to view it from different angles. Imagine missing an important appointment. One person might react with intense self-blame and despair, seeing it as a catastrophic failure. Another might view it as an opportunity to reschedule, learn from the mistake, and prioritize more effectively in the future. The event is the same. The chosen perspective transforms its impact. This ability to frame your experiences is an incredibly powerful tool. It allows you to find silver linings in challenging situations, to learn from setbacks, and to appreciate the small joys in everyday life. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, how else can I look at this? This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means actively seeking a constructive and empowering way to understand your circumstances. It's about consciously choosing the narrative you tell yourself about your life. This choice of perspective shapes your emotional state, your resilience, and ultimately, your overall well-being. Lesson 7. Focus on what is within your power. In a world filled with uncertainties and external factors beyond your influence, true effectiveness comes from concentrating your energy on what you can control. This means directing your attention to your actions, your attitude, and your responses. Instead of worrying about what others think of you, focus on acting with integrity and kindness. Instead of fretting over a global economic downturn, focus on managing your own finances responsibly and developing new skills. This principle is about prioritizing your efforts wisely. When you spend time and energy on things you cannot change, you drain yourself and achieve nothing. But when you channel that energy into your sphere of influence, you become productive, resilient, and empowered. Consider your daily to-do list. Some items might be dependent on others or on external circumstances, but many items are within your direct control. Your effort, your focus, your dedication. By consistently focusing on these controllable aspects, you build momentum and achieve tangible results. This mindful approach helps you avoid the trap of constant worry and frustration. It shifts your mindset from passive victimhood to active agency. By concentrating on your own contributions, your own growth, and your own choices, you discover a deep sense of purpose and effectiveness, regardless of the unpredictable currents of life. Lesson 8. Inner peace comes from mental control. True inner peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of a mind that can navigate those problems with equanimity. It is a state of calm that is not dependent on external circumstances, but rather on your ability to manage your inner world. This peace is cultivated through the consistent practice of mental control, observing your thoughts without judgment, choosing your reactions wisely, and directing your attention intentionally. When your mind is unruly, jumping from worry to anger to regret, inner peace remains elusive. It's like trying to rest in a storm. But when you train your mind to be still, to be present, and to be resilient, you create a sanctuary within yourself, regardless of the external weather. This is not about forcing positive thoughts, but about achieving a sense of quiet clarity. It means allowing emotions to arise without being swept away by them. It involves recognizing that your emotional state is largely a product of your thoughts, and therefore, controllable. When you master the art of observing your thoughts and choosing your responses, you free yourself from the tyranny of impulsive reactions and emotional turbulence. This deliberate cultivation of mental discipline is the pathway to a profound and lasting sense of tranquility. It's the quiet strength that allows you to face any challenge with composure. Lesson 9. Mastering your mind brings freedom. The ultimate reward for cultivating control over your mind is a profound sense of freedom. This is not freedom from responsibilities or challenges, but freedom from the tyranny of your own unexamined thoughts and impulsive emotions. When your mind is a runaway train, constantly pulled by desires, fears, and external triggers, you are not truly free. You are a prisoner of your own internal landscape. But when you gain mastery over your thoughts, you break free from these internal chains. You are no longer tossed about by every fleeting emotion or external stimulus. You can choose how you respond, how you interpret, and how you feel, independent of what life throws at you. This freedom allows you to live with intention, rather than just reacting. It allows you to pursue your values, even when faced with discomfort or disapproval. It liberates you from the need for external validation or fleeting pleasures. This is the freedom to be truly yourself, to act in alignment with your highest aspirations, and to experience a deep sense of autonomy. It is the freedom to choose peace over agitation, wisdom over ignorance, and compassion over anger. This mastery is a continuous journey, but with each step, you gain a deeper and more lasting sense of liberation. Lesson 10. Responsibility for your mindset is key. Ultimately, the power to cultivate a calm, resilient, and positive mindset rests entirely with you. No one else can do this work for you. It is your responsibility to train your mind, to choose your perspective, and to focus on what is within your control. Blaming external circumstances or other people for your unhappiness or stress only disempowers you. It puts your peace of mind in the hands of things you cannot influence. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that while you don't control the world, you absolutely control how you engage with it. It means being proactive in cultivating positive mental habits, just as you would exercise to keep your body healthy. This involves daily practices like mindfulness, reflection, and conscious choice. It means recognizing that every moment is an opportunity to practice this mental mastery. When something goes wrong, instead of asking, who is to blame? Ask, how can I respond effectively? When you embrace this responsibility, you step into your full power. You become the architect of your own inner experience, regardless of the storms outside. This is the ultimate empowerment, the realization that your well-being, your peace, and your freedom are always within your reach, because they reside in the one place you truly control, your mind.